Hi everyone, mind the hair and the voice. I'm tired. I had to be at my side gig this morning, which I wasn't supposed to be, which is why this is late. But we're going to continue where we left off. Now, I just want to let you all know that when it comes to PHP in the manner in which we're using it, there is going to be, it's kind of a dual part series. There's going to be PHP and there's going to be MySQL. And the reason why is we are making a database in MySQL, so you have to know what you're doing. Now, PHP MyAdmin is a neat little tool that makes it easier for you to put together databases and, sorry, let me fix that. Put together databases and tables and stuff like that. You can use the queries if we were to do something like create table, blah, 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 and then we would have to put it all in parentheses and we would create it. We could do that. And in the later versions, you would see, it would show you that you're making an error, you're making a mistake. But what we can do with this is we can just go to, okay, leave this page. We can just go here to tutorial, we can create a table or create a table in the tutorial. And we'll make one called users. Let's just go with the basic. We'll go users, we'll say, let's do 6 columns because I'm very anal about things. And with users, what you always want to do is, actually, let's make that, so let's add a column. What you always want to do, if you want to add a column right here before you start doing anything, you can say add 1 or 2 or whatever columns. We're just adding 1, and then you go ahead. When you're making a table in PHP MyAdmin, it doesn't matter if you have too many available columns. You can't have too few. You want to add if you're going to add columns or if you want to make columns, whatever. But the one thing that you have to know is we always start off with an ID. In this case, we're going to keep it int. Now, the type can be many things. It can be int, varchar, tiny int, small int. Tiny int is an integer that can only go up to about 3 characters, which means the highest can go is 999. And an integer is any number that doesn't have a decimal point. Small int goes up to 6, I think. Medium int goes up to about 8 or 9. Integer on its own is 10, and big int is like 20. So we're talking maximum of 999, maximum of 999, 9999, maximum of 999, maximum of 999. You get the point. We're going to go with, I can really just do tiny int since we're not going to have that many users, but for this purpose of practice, we'll go int, regular int. We don't put any lengths or values in there. We leave it alone. It cannot be null, and it is our primary key. So automatically, it will make this an auto increment. Auto increment means that, we could check it just in case, but auto increment means that every time you put in an entry, it automatically goes to the next number. So the first entry will be 1, and then from there 2, 3, so on and so forth. We also want to have a username. And that one we can make a variable, character, whatever, which means it could be numbers, it could just be text. That we're going to give a length of 60. And we're going to do some tests and everything to ensure that it's not more than 60. This, this doesn't matter. On, update, current timestamp, that is something that's important. This is all just what kind of characters you're using. We don't worry about that, and we don't do anything else. Then we're going to do password. And we're going to give that a varchar, and we're going to give password a varchar of 255 just to be safe. Varchar, varchar, whatever you want to call it, maximum amount of value, length it could be is 255. Text has no length. You can do whatever you want. You don't even put in a length or value of text. We haven't done that yet. We're going to get to that. So don't bring it up now. Okay, anyway, so username, we're going to do first name, varchar. Nobody really has a first name more than 20 characters, 30 characters. Last name, same thing, 30 characters. And one thing you always have to remember, created, which is you can do date, time, timestamp, time, year, whatever. We're going to do timestamp. And we are going to automatically make it on update current timestamp. and then updated. And timestamp. The difference is date is just month, date, year, which goes in the format of 2-digit month / 2-digit date / 4-digit year. Date time is the date in that format and the time in a 2-hour, an hour, 2-digit hour, colon, 2-digit minute, colon, 2-digit second. Timestamp is a number that represents the amount of seconds from 1970. So, say like right here, it'll tell you right here. It's more or less a number. Really, it's your preference, but I do timestamp. I got used to it, and again, on update or current timestamp. What this means is that every time you update this, automatically these two will insert a timestamp. So you don't have to tell it to do that, because we don't want to tell it to do that. We want it to just do it on its own. And we're going to save that. Default. Current timestamp. Current timestamp. Forgot that. Okay. So default, current. Default is what the default value is. We don't really want to do default values. You can do null. If you do something, if you check on something being null and you say that the default value is null, what that means is they don't have to input any data in that. We are going to make them put in their first and last name and a username and a password when they sign up. But if you wanted something that doesn't require or doesn't require on the initial creation any kind of information, you null it and you say default is null. This way, when you do insert an entry into the table, you'll just see null in that specific row. Now let's save, and there you have it. We have our table. Congratulations, you made a table. Now, usually what it would show you is the SQL that you would have put together or automatically put together for it. Again, it's just, if you need to see it here, I'll show you. MySQL create table. This is a create table statement. Create table, table name, and then in there you do your characters. You could do it that way. You don't have to have the PHP MyAdmin do it for you. But there you have it. We have a users table, and now we're going to use that users table. We need to put things into that users table. And the way that we put things into that users table is we have to have a sign-up form. Now, how this connects is a good way to start learning about functions in PHP. Functions in PHP are like functions in JavaScript, like any kind of programming language. There are automatically created, already out of the box, PHP functions. If you want to get a list of all of them, you can go to php.org. Or you can go to any php.net, that's the one. You go to php.net, you can see what's new in the release. This kind of reads like stereo instructions, as they said in Beetlejuice, but you can look something up. You can say something like, uppercase, and you'll get like all these different functions, string to upper, string case composition, all these things about uppercase. Now, to waste some time as well, again, what you can also do with your PHP is you can make a page. I forgot what it was called. Oh no, don't bring it up and don't know what it's called. Let's see, PHP info. Actually, wait, PHP info. Let me see, how do you do? Right, it was. Okay, so you can make a page, and we can make this page. Let's make another one in the practice. We'll make a folder called includes, something like that. And in this, we'll make a page called info.php. And all you have to do in info.php is open a bracket and go php info. This is a function. And what it does is when you go to it, you go to includes info.php. It gives you an entire list of all the info involved in what PHP you've downloaded. So this is the data, obviously. This is the system that you're using it on, compiler, Visual C++, because it's, again, based off C programming. You have all this information about Zend. Zend is a framework. We're not using Zend. I don't like it. It's called, what's it called now? It's called what, it's not important. That's what it's called. But your Apache version, everything like this, your engine. If you were to use a framework called Falcon, you would see a separate section here that said Falcon. We don't have Falcon. I just thought I'd bring that up. Hashing engines, JSON support enabled, all the different information about your SQL, about your PHP, and everything that you downloaded is all here. And you can always look that up. You can always mess with it if you wanted. I wouldn't do that, but there you have it. So just a little sidebar, you PHP variables, cookie, server, yada, 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 yada. Anyway, now, like I said, we want to make a sign-up form. So we already have a website that we're doing here, right? We have a contact, a login, blah. Why don't we put in there a sign-up? Signup.php. And we're going to open up our PHP tags. We're going to close them because we have to put in a title. Actually, no, wait. We don't need to do that because we're not going to put a header in here. We're not going to. Wait, maybe we will. Hold on. Yeah, this is nothing. This is nothing. We can put that in there. So let's go. If it had like some kind of like heading, like some kind of like navigation bar or something, no, we wouldn't do that. But this is a real basic header. Let's go. Okay, let's make a title. Sign up below. And then let's do our include. And we're going to go header, head. Should be okay. Now this way we get our styling sheets, we get all that good stuff. So let's go to site, sign up. This is kind of, okay, we didn't include it right. This is kind of, maybe we got to do one of these. Let me see, the folder is, yeah, it's outside, so we got to do that. This means go to the file like above. Okay, because it's out, okay, so now we have to go to the level above the level. Let me see, we have header, head. Where are you in terms of, that's not, this isn't working. Okay. We're in the site page. All right, that's in, oh, okay. Okay, we gotta go into practice first. Oh, maybe I should take that out of there. I don't remember. Practice. File above. That's different. Okay, I gotta put this, let's put this somewhere else, hold on. This is causing all sorts of problems. That should be fine. I don't know what the problem with that is. I require failed to open stream, no such directory, tutorial practice header. There isn't? What are you talking about? Connection PHP. All right, let's put this out here. Let's put this out here because this is I wasn't thinking correctly on that. And let's put this out here. I wasn't. Yeah, it's got to make. I was thinking along the lines of like just having the connection in practice, but if we're actually making a site, I don't want to put that into practice. Why are you failing to open? Let me see something. Okay. Connection good, header good, site. I might have to put that in. Why don't I put that in the site folder? Why don't I put this in the site folder? Let's go like this. But I gotta make a CSS file. I'll worry about that later. Okay. All right. Oh, no CSS files reading. Oh, because I have, that's right, I have my own. Do I have my own here? No. Okay, let's do, yeah, let's get rid of this. Now this works too, but it's kind of disconnected. We want it to be this CSS, not the practice one. So let's get rid of this. That's fine. Tutorial J. Do I have a JS file? Yeah. No, that's in the practice. Huh? That was a practice. So I have a JS file here. I have a practice file here. I mean a CSS file here. Let's do main. Let's make this main. I had the background though, that's good. Let's go like this. Yeah, so from now on we're going to work inside this tutorial site we're making. Okay. No big whoopsies. But like I was saying, if you wanted to go to a file above or file, you use those ... slashes. Okay, that should be good. Do we still have that color background? Let me see. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, now we have our sign up, we have our header ready, and sign up below, and now we're gonna just kind of do a little bit of a form. New class, this is all things that you've known from our previous tutorials. And let's do a sign wrapper, let's do a wrapper main class, and then we're just gonna make a form. Action equals, I'll do this. You don't really want to process forms inside the page. You want to kind of do them outside. So we'll do form action equals, and we'll do a folder called backend, and we'll say user process. PHP. And method equals post. Because by default it goes get, and we don't want to get anything. We want to post. Now, we're going to do a couple of short videos. Let's make that folder. Let's go folder. You're going to make a lot of folders here, folks. And let's put in the page user process.php. Anything that you do in the back end, you kind of want to hide, not because it will show, it won't show anything within the PHP tags on the info. So like you don't see any of that stuff, it just includes whatever you tell it to include. But you don't want it to really have any processing in the front end. So I'm going to come back in just a second now that we've figured out our file situation. I'm going to come back with my messed up hair and my barely awake state of mind, and I'm going to make a form, and then I'm going to show you how to create in the what's called CRUD, create, read, update, delete format with PHP.